If you've been following James Franco's story recently, you'll know that things haven't been going well for him. For years, various women have accused him of various acts, including abuse violations in the name of teaching and more. Keep going till the very end. How have celebs reacted? People react differently to different things, and for thus, let me call it drama. So how have celebs reacted to James Franco's drama? Franco has, as expected, rejected the allegations for a long time, but now the tables have turned because he's reached a settlement with the women who have accused him, and many are waiting to see how Hollywood reacts. Actually, if you have been following James Franco, then you are familiar with what I am talking about. There has been a lot put in the light about him, and were all these true? Tell me what you think in the comment section. Let's get started on the video. 1. The settlement of James Franco. Former students of James Franco's at the Studio 4 Film School in New York and Los Angeles filed a putative class action lawsuit against the act, and the actor and related organizations will pay over $2 million to settle the case. In October of this year, Tither-Kaplan and Toni Gaal filed a lawsuit alleging that they and other Franco students were victims of fraud and sexual exploitation, and that female students in the actor's sex scenes class were encouraged to take risks with their bodies, including what were described as naked sex scenes with nudity requirements for women specifically, as well as self-tapes at home. As a result, they were able to capture films showing the sensitive nature of labor on a regular basis. The women claimed that Franco forced them to perform obscene sex scenes, while denying them the protections of nudity writers 50/50 in 2020. Which simply means that underrepresented women and people of color in the LGBT community are now in positions of leadership. Franco and related organizations have agreed to pay $2,235,000 to settle the action, under the conditions of which Kaplan and Gaal must drop their claims, and the other students in the class suit must relinquish any fraud claims. The settlement was initially reported in February 2021, but no further details were made public at the time. A court in Los Angeles must now determine whether or not to approve the proposed settlement. While defendants continue to deny the accusations in the lawsuit, they agree that plaintiffs have raised substantial issues, reads a joint statement published by all parties as part of the settlement. Everyone agrees that no one in the entertainment industry should encounter discrimination, harassment, or prejudice of any type, regardless of race, religion, and many other differences thought we as human beings have. First and foremost, I don't. Why into Ali Sheedy, I have no idea. I directed her in an off-Broadway play. I had a fantastic time with her. Others in the class action lawsuit have many months to decide whether or not to release their allegations against Franco. 2. The original denials. One of the major ironies of the scenario, if you will, is that James Franco has spent years denying any wrongdoing and slamming individuals who have accused him. He spoke on Stephen Colbert's late program and claimed that the things he heard on Twitter were not real, but that he fully supports people coming out and having a voice because they haven't had one for so long. As a result, he is adamant about not turning them off in any way. Before addressing Sheedy, Franco backed that up, but reiterated that he had no idea what he had done to Ali Sheedy. He directed her in a Broadway play and had nothing but admiration for her. He couldn't figure out what was bothering her so much. Franco went on to say that the way he lives his life, he can't live unless he makes reparations, which he will. As a result, if I've made a mistake, I'll correct it. I feel compelled to do so, and I believe this is how it works. I'm at a loss for ideas. I'm at a loss about how to proceed. You know how I look when it comes to the important issues. I honestly don't have any answers, and I believe the point of this whole thing is that we listen. There were some incredible people speaking that night, and they had a lot to say, and I'm here to listen, learn, and change my perspective. So, yes, he stated that, but then he went back and did the deal. He was obviously mistaken. Some of the things I heard on Twitter were incorrect, but I fully support people coming out and being able to do so. And some of the things I heard on Twitter and elsewhere were correct. That's odd. 3. Seth Rogen, and now with his settlement out in the open. Hollywood will determine what to do with him next, and he may find that not even his buddies would back him up. In an interview with the Sunday Times in the United Kingdom, the 39-year-old actor claimed that the allegations level against Franco in 2014 and again in 2018 had a negative impact on his personal and professional connection with him. I abhor abuse and harassment, and I would never cover or conceal the activities of someone who is doing it. or deliberately place someone in a situation where they are around someone like that, I can say, according to Rogen. When asked about actress Charlize's claims that he was Franco's facilitator, Rogen told the Sunday Times that he made a controversial joke about one of Franco's victims. "I do regret making a joke on Saturday Night Live in 2014, which I made. I mean, the way I live my life. I can't survive if I have to make restitution. I'm going to do it." He also reflected on the interview from 2018, in which he stated that he would continue to work with James. And the truth is that he is not, and does not plan to do so at this time. We'll have to wait and see if that's true, but if it is, that's encouraging. 4. Busy Phillips. You don't have to search far to find a coworker who has witnessed and even suffered James Franco's abuse. Busy Phillips, Franco's former Freaks and Geeks co-star, for example, has been critical of him. This will just hurt a little bit. She alleged in her 2018 memoir that Franco, whom she called as an effing bully, assaulted her on the set as part of the script. She was told to lightly strike Franco in the chest after he blew up and attacked her. "Don't touch me again if I've done something wrong. I'll correct it, I have to." He screamed in my face as he seized both of my arms. That's how it works, I believe. I'm not sure what else Phillips scribbled, but he pushed me to the ground flat on my back, knocking the wind out of me. She went on to say more about the incident to a Hollywood reporter in 2018. "James and I have discussed it over the years, and at one point he apologized. I was always painfully conscious of my expendability, so I felt obligated to never complain. Always be on time, and don't make a fuss if someone else is. It was my job to be the easy one or figure out a way to sue in this situation." Fast forward to the more recent events surrounding Franco, and she noted, "I wouldn't work with someone who has been accused of predatory behavior on several occasions, so I won't." 5. More to come if more people come forward to say that they won't work with James Franco in the future. He has the potential to set a really strong and impactful precedent, demonstrating that what's going on in Hollywood with particular people doesn't matter as much as the greater issues. How are we going to do it? When you think about it, I don't have any solutions, and I believe the goal of it all is that we listen. And that's exactly what Hollywood needs right now, more than ever. Individuals standing up and saying they won't stand by while this type of abuse goes on. Let's hope getting to that state doesn't take too long, and there you have it. Everyone should pay attention to the situation with James Franco and the ensuing ramifications as word of the settlement spreads throughout Hollywood. What are your thoughts on the issue in general? Do you think what happened to Franco will cause a ripple effect, bringing those who have been hiding out to face their accusers? Will Hollywood blacklist James Franco as a result of the deal, or will they disregard it because it was already settled? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks a lot for watching. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next one.